Today, we shoot our action figures with one of these. Well, hello there everybody, I'm Photo Dave and this is Toypixx, a channel dedicated to helping you and helping me get a whole lot better at our action figure photography. So, if that sounds cool to you, go ahead and click subscribe. And now, let's get to shooting. And now's the part of the video where I show you what I'm using to take the shot. First off, we have the smartphone tripod, easy enough. Second, we have a Lightbox. Now, Lightboxes are what people use to get that brilliant infinite white background that you see so often on the social medias. And we have Dusty from the G.I. Joe class of '85. Man, '85 was easily the best year. Now, if after I'm done taking this shot and at the end of the video you decide I want to try out that tripod and that Lightbox, I will have affiliate links below in the video description, so just click on those, pick them up, and take your own infinite white shots. Also, the cell phone I'm using is an iPhone 13 Pro. Nothing too new, I mean it's newish, but it's not the newest, so you should be able to get a lot of these same effects if you're kind of up when it comes to your smartphones. Now, I'm going to show you real quick just what this looks like when I turn on the Lightbox. This bottom button is on, and then those two other buttons there are so that I can raise and decrease, well, increase and decrease the intensity of the bright white light. So right now, it's at its highest setting, and look at that. This is how we're going to pull this off. So, next clip you see is me. I'm going to take the shot, and then you'll just see me editing it on the smartphone. So, let's get to that. Okay, folks, first things first, you're going to open your camera on your phone, and then you go down to the area, the little menu where it says video and photo and all that, and you scroll to portrait. Select portrait, and the reason that I like to use portrait is because it makes it so I can control the aperture, the f-stop. Basically, if you don't know your photo terms, it makes it so I can control the blur in the editing process instead of having to get the blur right in the picture taking process, which I think is pretty invaluable. So that's the first thing. Head to portrait. Okay, the next thing to do is to go up in the middle of the screen on your phone and click the arrow that's in the upper middle. And you'll see on mine, the arrow started pointing down and it turned yellow. Now what that's showing you, it kind of dropped down a menu where you can set your timer, some colors, some aperture down there. But what you want to select is the circle with the plus and minus in it towards the bottom of the screen. What that does is it's going to make the exposure so you can make the background a little lighter. You could also go darker, but for this, we're going for that nice, bright, infinite white look. So grab that, click that exposure button, and then drag it to the right until you get to a spot where you don't think you're going to necessarily wash out your photo. And by wash out, I mean it just gets way too light, you're losing color quality, all those things. And go ahead and take that shot. Don't forget, folks, if you're feeling like spending some money because your collection's just looking a little too sparse, click the link in the video description, ee.toys/Toypixx, and save 10% on whatever it is on that site you buy. They've got some great deals going on right now. Find those deals, save an additional 10%, and if you spend $39 or more, you'll also get free shipping. It's worth it. I like it. That's why I'm telling you about it, because hey, we all gotta save some money, right? Especially when our figures are, well, they're just too cool to miss, but too much money to keep our wallets happy. That's what I got. Now, let's get back to Dusty. Okay, now the first thing I like to do when it comes to setting up these photos is deciding what orientation, I suppose, I'm going to have everything in. It's deciding how I'm going to crop it. And so if you push the little rectangle symbol in the upper right next to the two circles, you'll see it turns yellow. And now you'll see the options are original, which would save the proportion that you've got now, freeform, so you can just mess with it all over the place, square, which is what I'm going to do, and you'll notice you drag it, and it just stays as a square, and wallpaper obviously will just be wallpaper for your phone. So now you get all that good and lined up. You put Dusty or whatever you shot if you're playing along with the home game. You line them up in there and you just drag the photo until you're happy with the crop. And once you got that all set, then it's time to head to the next step. For the next step, we're going to change the f-stop because I want to make sure that this picture is very clear. So what I'm going to do is, if you look in the upper left-hand corner, you see that f2.8. Click that and you'll see that turned yellow. And now you're going to drag it to the right, and that'll clear out all the blur. If you went left, things would get even more blurry. But this is exactly what I'm looking for because I want Dusty to be totally easy to see when it comes to everything else. And now we're just going to start playing with individual settings. So click the symbol that's right next to that bottom cube. You'll see the yellow lights under it. And now we're going to play with that exposure, trying not to blow Dusty out again, remember. So we'll back that up, and I'm trying to get that white background totally. We're getting there. Play with brilliance. These are just little things that I do to just keep playing. Now bring down the highlights because he was starting to look a little washed out. Add in maybe the shadows a little bit. Kind of take down the contrast. I think that works best with this kind of shot. Maybe even lower the brightness a touch. Black points, I don't think I'll do much. Saturation, maybe just a touch lower. Saturation takes care of all the color. Vibrance kind of takes care of midtones. So you'll be able to play with that a little bit, take some of that away, which is nice. Make it a little warmer because it is desert. And then tint, you go to the right and you'll get some more maroon. You go to the left and you're going to get a little more green. Just like that. I want more of the maroon or magenta color that it'll go towards. And then we don't need any of these last ones. Now I'm just kind of showing you all the different things. If you click that little white circle on the bottom with the less opaque circle below it, the button, you know, with the yellow circle underneath it, you're seeing all the different little tools and filters you can use to make this look a little different. Now for me, I'm gonna stick with original, I think. Vivid's cool, but I think original is gonna give me the best result. But you can do whatever you want with your picture. And with that, we've pretty much got Dusty good to go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I take action figure photos using my smartphone. Now comment below and let me know what tricks you use when you're trying to do your own smartphone photography, because hey, like I said, this is all about teaching you what I know, and then you teaching me what you know. So, with all that said, thank you for watching. It's always appreciated. I couldn't have this much fun without all you nut jobs out there. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya.